Today is Monday, May the 11th, and I think what we're seeing is the market slowly coming to realize that the reopening of the economy is not going to be anything like a reopening of the economy. It's going to be slow, laborious, and there are going to be failures. So I still think the bullish case is the one to follow right now. Look at the volume. The market started way down from its close on Friday, came up to touch its close twice, and then pulled back. That's in the case of the Dow. Now the NASDAQ, the tech stocks did pretty well today. S&P 500, sort of the opposite of the Dow, where it passed Friday's close, bounced off it twice, and then closed right on that close. So just generally cautiousness. Let's look at all of our charts now. Here is the McClellan oscillator, which took a drop down instead of a move up, which you would have liked to have seen to show that the bulls were underlying the market. But now there's some question about that. I would think that within the next couple of days, we're going to go back down and test these lows here of the McClellan oscillator right down at the zero level. Today's volume looked like this, pretty much in line with Friday and pretty much in line with everything last week. And it was mainly selling, not in terms of the advancers and decliners, but this chart shows you the number of shares traded of the advancers and decliners. And the summation index still did continue to tick up just a little bit higher, which is our 3 to 6 month indicator. Now let's look at the S&P. We're looking at a daily chart, and we're seeing that the 200 extended moving average has been resistance again today, but it's the weekly chart that we want to take a look at because and that's still a daily moving average on a weekly set of candles. But we're in the cloud. So in the cloud means drifting and experiencing some up and down. To really get out of the cloud, the Chico span is going to have to break through these two 50-day moving averages. And that's going to be pretty tough. Apple continues to rock and roll, up 1.67 today. But what did it do? It completed that Gartley pattern, and that's a Gartley bat pattern. Let's look at Home Depot, which was doing exactly the same kind of pattern, and it managed to pop just a little bit above the defined point, which is a 0.886 retrace of XA. But just a little bit, and then pulled back. So let's keep a lookout for both of those plays. Now, Home Depot has their earnings next Tuesday. Caterpillar still bouncing around inside the cloud, no general direction, but the Chico span now has fallen below the 8 EMA. And it's going to be tough for the Chico span now to break through these candles. At least the candles are moving up, and the candles will act as resistance. And you could see Caterpillar move up, but there's really no good news on the horizon for Caterpillar. China is not buying goods from the United States, according to the Phase 1 trade deal that they signed. FSLY, Andy stock, continues to do very well. GDX pulled back, not breaking that trend line, so you'll see the same thing for gold. NVDA up $10.53. Now you know that I got out of NVDA because I wanted to put some money into Wayfair instead. It's going to reach that 334 and complete its bat pattern. And here's Wayfair, which had a pretty good day, continuing to move higher. So now my alert is not set for higher values, but lower. And I'm going to, on an up move tomorrow, I'm just going to put a little alert there. up move above that point, and I will double my position with long verticals June. What am I in, June or May? I believe it's May. Call spreads. Should know this, shouldn't I? So I have 3 contracts, which are the May 190 and 200s. My next one would be the 195s and 305s, and I would be looking at those tomorrow. What I did today in the SPY, which is a derivative of the SPX, is I did start my position looking at, where's my other chart? Right here. I started into my position, which is the July 270 puts, which I bought, and I sold the 245 puts. And I bought 5 of those contracts. I'm looking for a total of 20 contracts, and on additional weakness, I'll just continue to add to that. So obviously this was not a winner today, but then I was offset by the gains that we had in Home Depot, Wayfair, Home Depot, Apple, and Wayfair offset my losses on the puts. And so I'm pretty happy, and I'm going to play out that thesis that I believe we're going to lose the cloud support, and as the summer drags along the economy is not going to reopen as people were hoping. So as usual, we want to close by looking at the McClellan oscillator, and that's going to provide a clue for us. I believe we're going down to test 0 again. Now, to get to 0, we need to have the decliners exceed the advancers by 1,300. That would be a little bit more than today, and I think that that's in the cards, that we do see those 1,300 decliners over advancers pulling us back to 0 and giving us a signal on what we should be looking at for the whole week.